Hi, everybody. So I told y'all I will still put videos on this channel. It just won't be like my spiritual or psychic content or my downloads that I'm selling. Okay, so any of my downloads that I'm selling will not be on this channel. I feel like I feel like the creator wanted me to mention this to y'all about the real way to succeed. Now this content is not for fair use. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. This content is not for fair use. I might get on video, I might not, y'all. We'll see how the energy is before I get on video. So if the energy is positive in the chat, I'll get on video. If it's not, I'm not getting on video. I don't have time for negative energy today. I don't feel like that today. All right. Um, so I felt like the creator wanted me to talk to y'all about this. Now, this content is not for fair use, simply because the subject and the theme and all has been used a lot all over the platforms. So I don't want anybody getting in trouble. But I will share what I have learned, my personal experience from doing this trending way of succeeding, and it actually do work, y'all. Okay, but there's a few other things I want to share with y'all. So, I'm gonna just get on and say hi for a minute. I hope people stay positive because I don't feel like negative energy. I just don't feel like it. We're waiting for more people to get in here, y'all. When I get more people in here, I'll get deeper into the video topic. Okay? When I get more people in. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So I just want to say hi to anybody that's watching or whatever. Positive energy only. Positive energy only. Okay. Come on in. See if we can get more people in here. So I'm doing a lot today, y'all. So I really want to keep it positive. Okay, y'all. So we'll put it down. And then we'll get started. Everybody. Okay, so the real way to succeed is literally micro succeeding. Okay, we call it micro because we're in a grinding culture. Okay, we're in a world where people are addicted to doing things everything fast and trying to get things faster than everybody else. Um, if a lot of people are doing that, you probably shouldn't be doing it. You know, as they say, 99% of people, if they're doing it that way, you shouldn't be doing it that way. That's how you know. You know, a lot of people are increasing their workload. You know, they're doing a 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour work week with their side hustles, getting burnout, quitting, restarting, coming back, all kind of stuff. That tells you right there that it don't work in the long run. It doesn't work in the long run energetically. Neither does it work for the other areas of your life. People have to keep in mind that you have more than one. You have more going on in your life than just your side hustle and just your dreams. You have family. You have a house to take care of. You might have kids to take care of. You have your health to take care of. You know, you have this future to plan for. You have other stuff. So putting all your energy for hours and hours every day into your dream, it's just not logical. It's not. Frankly, I don't think it's sane. I don't think it's sane. I think something is insane about that. I think someone's walking the line of insanity doing that. Um, you know, when we watch movies, we think they were created in one day, but then when you look and you find out that the movie took a year to create, one movie. You know, when you think of people who wrote Pulitzer Prize winning books, they say they was working on it for years. The the point that I'm saying, and I'm not saying that determines the quality, okay? Just because you work on something longer don't mean it gets better. But what it does is it preserves your energy, and what it does is protects your mental health, stability. And what it does is allow you to grow in other areas of your life at the same time. And what it does is for you to avoid anxiety and fear. You don't feed the fear entity, because you're not cracking the whip on yourself. Anything that becomes too hard, your brain will start to protect you from. So hi everybody. Hi everybody. If you like this video, hit the like button, y'all. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, y'all. Don't just keep on staring at me. Okay? All right. Now, this is why it's very important to micro create. I sent a video link to Love the Most High talking about creativity, and it was a very good video that I think a lot of people need to watch. Explain why some people stop creating, why people don't create anymore, why people avoid it, why people fear it, why people give up or quit. And a lot of it has to do with the quantity and the reason why they're doing it. If your reason is to get something fast, then you're gonna hit a wall eventually with doing it. If your reason to keep up with other people, you're gonna hit a wall. Okay, you don't know what they're going through in their life to possibly even think of keeping up with the speed that somebody else is using to create. Okay, they could have been sleeping all day, and that's why they can create longer than you can create. And you wasn't sleeping; you was working all day, taking care of the kids. The point that I'm saying is, you're better off micro creating. Now I know what y'all saying. Well, I might be just saying this. I literally tested this for like 5 months, and I got all the videos to prove it. I went to Eventbrite videos like 5 days a week at least, and I challenged myself to micro create. I might have wrote for only 20 minutes. Now that's nothing. Okay, that's nothing compared to Stephen King. That's nothing compared to a lot of some other writers who are writing 2,000 words a day and all that. I wrote 20 minutes a day only. The most I wrote was maybe an hour a day, and it was broken up into 2 sessions. Now, the most I wrote on a page was maybe 1 big paragraph. That's it. It didn't even fill up a whole page. It did not even fill up a whole page. I went very slow, like ridiculously slow, to the point where there was times I just sat there and stared and maybe moved around in a circle before I wrote the next part of the paragraph. I ended up writing some really great lines. Now, within that paragraph ended up being some dynamic lines, some mind-blowing literature. So, even though I only wrote for 20, 30 minutes a day, and only some days an hour broken up into 2 sessions, I got some really good stuff out of those 30 minutes that I might not have gotten if I was going fast. See? Because I was going slow and I was patient for the breakthroughs of those lines to come through, for my mind to hunt and find the material in the cosmic and the dream world, I was able to find it. Because I did not care how much I put on the page, because I did not care how much time was going by, I was willing to accept whatever I got, even if it was only 3 lines in 30 minutes. The point is, micro creating teaches you how to accept what you get and don't make it fit. To not see the quality, but just see the quality. And you're able to laser focus on what you're creating, because you're not trying to create a whole bunch. You're not trying to create a bunch in so little time. So you can give every little action your undivided attention. See what I'm saying? Hi, everybody. I'm helping y'all out because some of y'all are setting new goals, doing new things, taking new risks, going into the unknown. If you are setting up new YouTube channels, taking new risks, doing new projects, learning new skills, learning a new art or something, start off micro creating. Micro creating don't just mean a small amount on the page. It also means minimizing how much you're creating in that genre. Like, so for example, if you're a painter, instead of doing landscapes, houses, stones, people, focus on just doing houses for a while. That's still micro creating. So, for example, if you are a new poet and you like to write a poetry book and you like to sell your poetry book in the spring because National Poetry Month is in April next month, and you want to hurry up and get something out by the end of April, then you need to narrow it down to only certain type of poem and only certain techniques you're going to use. That's like micro creating. So instead of trying to create all these different varieties of type of poems and different subject matters and different themes and breaking it, narrow it down to the minimum one you can do. So maybe you'll just write conceit metaphor poems for the next 2 weeks. You'll just study that. You'll get an outline, a template, an exercise for that, and you'll just keep on doing that same one over and over and over again. One a day, two a day only. And you do that for like 20 days. You've been and had your poetry book ready to publish by the end of April. While everybody else is bouncing around from different genres and different types and different techniques and all that stuff, you're not. You don't have to worry about none of that. See, people don't realize that too much consumption of a certain field of study, too much of different lessons can make your mind feel like you're treating it like a dumpster. Okay, and then what it'll do is it'll tell you, no, you can't do this at all. It'll block you from doing it at all. It'll say no. Okay, it'll set up a tremendous wall of fear to stop you from doing it. People don't see that their mind's becoming a dumpster because they're like, oh, I'm able to do all these different techniques. Yeah, I got all this information and all these ways free to teach me. They don't understand that the brain starts to panic. It doesn't know which one you really wanted to focus on. It actually likes the number one. It doesn't really like all that multitasking type energy all in your mind. Multitasking doesn't mean doing a whole bunch in one sitting. Multitasking meaning things can be scheduled. There's a time for everything. Okay, so I hope everybody's understanding this. I helped y'all out a little bit. If you'd like to send a donation, you can send it to my Cash App at @moneysign_Coach V Hunter. I am benefiting from micro work. You know, that's what I did. That's how I became a great poet. I took 2 basic poetry writing classes and 2 mentorships, and I did micro work. I did two parts of my homework in the morning and 2 parts of my homework the day before. It had to be turned in. So I would write 2 lines. If he told me I needed to turn in 4 lines, I would write 2 lines that day that he sent the email. And the next morning I would write the other 2 lines. And then by that night, I would send him all the lines that he needed from me. See how I was micro working that way? I wasn't like, I didn't get to feel like that cramming energy, and I didn't get to block myself from it with anxiety. So it's important to learn from other people who have success. I have writing success. I even have graphic design photography success. I don't share my photography on here because people like to take photography, but I have placed in contests and have been published before with graphic design and photography. But what I would always do when I was doing it on a regular, I always micro created. I would work on one picture maybe over a couple days and try out different designs, different effects, and different things in the software and see which one really moved me. I would return to the picture days later and see how I felt about it. And if I felt mesmerized and amazed by it, then I knew I designed a good photo. But I always did like one or two photos a week only. That might sound like ridiculously slow, but the photos were always really good. And whenever I entered them in contests, they always placed. They placed either finalist or they won editor's choice. Like several of my photos won editor's choice at betterphoto.com. Now that's a huge photo contest, like worldwide. And I placed as editor's choice several times. But I remember working on one photo for like a week. That's sort of like a hobby that I do. I don't really publicize it so much. It's something that I'm kind of natural at that, but I don't publicize it so much because people try to, when you say you got success in photography or art, people will go ahead and get that art and sell it on some site or something. So I don't really share my award winning art. I don't share too much of it, but I don't share it publicly. But as I was saying, I do share it on the sites that where other artists are, like on betterphoto.com online. My stuff is on there, but I don't share it elsewhere. I don't share it on YouTube or nowhere else. Hi, everybody. So I have left the grinding culture. I want nothing to do with it, and I feel like now, like I'm going to achieve all the goals I had set for the past year. They're all in the bag now. Now that I'm not on the grinding culture train. I'm not on that train no more. I'm fine with the micro creating. So I will be on my lifestyle channel today doing a micro painting exercise, meaning it's not some big elaborate exercise, but it is one that's nice. It doesn't demand so much in the time that I'm creating painting, and it's a fun painting exercise, and it's something that I've been wanting to learn, but I like that it's a micro exercise. So I hope I see y'all on my lifestyle channel for my painting exercises, micro painting exercises that I'm doing um, starting today. Okay, I also will be doing sharing something that I'm writing, like not my own writing, because y'all know I got too much success in writing to share my own writing publicly anymore on these platforms. But I will share what type of writing I'm doing. That way, if y'all want to write the same type of work, then y'all can. Okay. So the type of work that I'm writing right now there's something I'm working on right now. And it's kind of, I call it my Sistine Chapel, like Michelangelo. It's like the Sistine Chapel I've been working on. It is actually it's a prose piece, a prose poem, like a prose piece. And so far from other students and teachers, they said it's like exceptional. They said it's excellent. I'm doing really good at it. So I'm down to the last stanza, last paragraph of this prose piece. And once I get that last stanza done, I'm going to actually submit it maybe to a contest or something. But I have two Sistine Chapels I'm working on. I'm working on a 1,000 word story I started so far. The teacher that the group I'm in, she said it was exceptional. She said she was really impressed by what I got so far. The other students said they were really impressed. So I'm going to finish my 1,000 word story over the next 7 days or so. I'm going to write like one paragraph every couple of days, so I'm not stressed out creating it. So where I'm at in this 1,000 word story that I started as an exercise the teacher gave me in the event I was in, I'm at the point where the obstacle presents itself. So now I'm going over the hump of the obstacle, and backing my characters in a corner, and giving them a way out, and then eventually the ending. So I normally write poetry, but right now I'm writing prose a prose piece and a 1,000 word story, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm also writing some flash prose poems as well, and postcard type of poetry. So hopefully, I'm trying to get all the last year's literature finalized. I think I got at least 200 pages to finalize. I should have them done by the end of April, and then I can, do some. I can contact the publishers that published my work before and see if they like anything that I completed, or find some new publishers. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'll see y'all on my lifestyle channel. Bye, everybody.